welcome back to my channel. We are playing The Sims 4 today, and I have a Sim who needs a home. And I am making her kind of a series of containers that'll turn into a large container home. So the spaces are actually quite small, but they all serve a purpose, as you will see. So as we're building, I'm just making some top ones, making bottom ones, and making it kind of look industrial because I want it to look kind of rough. They are placed in Oasis Springs, which is one of my favorite neighborhoods to build in. And it is a desert biome, so it's kind of an interesting space, and I kind of like the idea of the container homes to be there. And maybe you have seen my other container build that I made for my friend Destiny that was actually a rental space as well. I do enjoy doing containers, homes, and I probably will be building quite a few more to deck out this neighborhood. You can actually kind of see the container home there in the top corner because it is the neighbor. So I'm doing it, like I said, making it kind of look rusty, but I want it to look modern at the same time. I want it to look like she bought these containers and she revamped them to make it her own. I do have dogs, and they do make lots of noises, which you may be hearing right now. So I have a puppy. She's 6 months old. I have a 2-year-old, and then these are all dogs. And I have a 7-year-old dog, and they are noisy. And I do have an 11-year-old daughter who's child who is here homesick too, who you may hear. So I apologize for any background noises you may hear or may not hear, but they're there. Anyway, back to the build. We are using lots of windows. I love windows in my builds, as you may know by now. And like I said, I really just want this to look like a modern, kind of refurbished home. Where she took these containers and then she made them something fantastic. And I just want to add some green because, you know, pops in the color scheme here. And like realistically, like here in the desert, you know, you kind of have to create your own green spaces. And that's what she's doing, is creating her own little oasis. So I'm just doing the main path, how to move some things over a little here. Kind of that pop of light brown that I like. I like doing the wooden floors too, if you haven't noticed. And I'm just going to do a simple white paint. I just want this kind of look simple and clean. Made a decision to do a swimming pool, which then gave me the idea to do a basement. I was thinking about the diving board, but then I kind of like on that one. So here you're going to see I'm making the basement, and I was going to make it really small at first, and then I changed my mind. I made it bigger. And then I changed the window color so it blended in with the pool a little better. And if you don't know, what'll happen now that there's windows here is that whenever they swim, which you can kind of see it through the water there, whenever they swim, the Sims in the bottom can actually kind of see them. So it's really cool. And then adding some pool lights, making it look a little more stone, a little more interesting looking, I feel. And I did go with the trees at first because I wanted to look very nature-based, but then I do ultimately change that plan. As I'm going, I'm just adding my doors, my windows, my plants. Because you know I love my plants too. Just kind of thinking about how I'm going to scheme it out. And I kind of did make some mistakes along the way. I actually had to add in some stuff after I recorded. Because I realized there was actually no stairs leading up. There was only stairs leading down. So I was like, whoops. So I had to take care of that, obviously. And then I forgot that there's no door to this middle building right here. So I put in all these greenery and made it look pretty. And then I realized I needed the door, which you will see later. So just kind of working on the greenery, like I said. Decking it out. I like it to look kind of even, like it's planned, especially in spaces like that, where it's like very obvious that it's been there, or you know, planted there. Which, if you didn't notice, I found this cool little hack online where somebody in a video was showing that the stairs. So what you do is when you're having them go here, I'm adding that door, like I was talking about. uh, for the stairs, if you hit control, it'll actually dip down so you can see from the top level where it's going to land. That was a game changer for me because like it's so hard to judge sometimes where it's going to go. Back to the greens. I wanted this to be kind of a neat little, just like a garden area. And I decided maybe she'd use it for like meditation. One of these will look a little more wild up here. I don't know how she would be watering up there, but it's The Sims. We're gonna pretend like she can get up there. Maybe there's a ladder hidden somewhere that in her closet, and she can just pull it out and climb up there. Loving the lavender. And I kind of played around with like some changing of the tones here. Like maybe I can make like a pathway, you know, but then I was like, you know. And I got looking at it, I'm like, I kind of like it just as is. Like I kind of wanted to just upload it without any furniture. Just so people could be just like do it themselves. But then I decided, I'm gonna have to furnish it anyways because I have a sim. I might as well continue. So I'm making a bathroom, which is needed, obviously. Let's see, I was thinking, and I wanted it to kind of still be light and airy feeling because, you know, it's just the feel of the house is light and modern. Another bathroom, because you should always try to have a bathroom upstairs if you can. Now this is just a single sim living in here and a single young adult sim. I don't know if she'd have a child in this zone. It's not built for a child, or at least it's not decorated for a child to be there, I should say, because realistically, like if we rezoned some of these rooms, they could certainly house children. Like this room here, it would be easy. Like this is a bathroom, and those could be 2 side rooms and a pass through, right? You could do that. The one down here on the bottom could be a bedroom, right? You know, so she has a lot of skill building rooms, is what's happened. And I was trying to kind of like even, and I just did my townhouses, which is what I think I was kind of reminiscing on. I was like, oh, same, and I was like, wait, no. Sticking with those light, airy colors. Wanted something in that corner, but I wasn't quite sure, so I ended up with the plant. I will almost always go with plants if I can to do the empty spaces. Found the welcome mat, sized it up a little bit. Just getting some planters in here so that she can do some gardening up here. So her story is that she is trying to do the gem crafting, which is I can't remember if it was a kit or a pack that came out, but it was where they could do the gem crafting. So that she's got that going for her. So I haven't really played with it too much, and so I'm very eager to learn on it. So that's her story. She's got a lot of skill building that she wants to do, and so that's what she's gonna do. Just a little seating area up here. I was looking for a fire pit that I liked, and I love that one. It's got like Bigfoot and stuff, which is my favorite. Little bird feeder. You know, just lots of little skill building stuff all over the place. I want her to feel like she has to roam her house, like get her steps in to get all her stuff going. And then here we're gonna do the gem making from her inventory. And I do want her to sell. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that table there forever and ever, but it is there now. I always like to have general seating in different places. And we kind of changed the tones here a little bit. We went with like blue, and then we kind of went green, and then we went white. And then we ultimately ended up with pink. Again, trying to keep those like real light colors going. Kind of fussed with this rug a little bit. Had to shift the door so I could do stuff. Was very pleased I could place the feeding for the pets under there. She does have a cat. If you haven't worked it out yet with all the cat stuff. So I was just kind of thinking about what I wanted to do down here. It's kind of a big open space. So it's kind of took me a minute to think about it. So I was like, oh, let's start with the bathroom. I always find starting with the bathroom is easy because then you can it's easy to complete. It's pretty simple to do bathrooms, whereas other things can be a little bit more complicated. And I've been getting really bad about not putting things on the walls, like decorations, like wall pieces and stuff like that. So I'm trying to do a little bit better with that. And then this is going to be the kitchen area. And I really fussed with that because I was trying to match it up with the windows, like where the openings are between the windows. And then it just kind of messed up, like where the cabinets didn't match up. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to rearrange the windows. And then, yeah, just, adding in our kitchen things, kind of fussing with it, playing around with different ideas of layouts and things like that. And it really bothers me when the backside of the the appliances are showing through the windows, because I do use the really tall windows typically, and I just don't like all that in the back being able to be seen. And I was really fussing with it. I was trying to make a unique little thing go in here, but I just couldn't settle on it. And I was like, Didn't like it. Kind of, and then I was like, okay, that's pretty nice. But then I thought the chairs could go to it, but they couldn't because I was using like regular ones instead of the island, and it was a sad face. You're gonna see I'm gonna keep trying those chairs multiple times because I just was determined. And then we get the other appliances in, the plumbing. I always try to get in like basic stuff for when I'm building for like other people, but like for her, I know what she kind of is gonna want, or I should say what I'm gonna want for her. So I just made sure that she got them. Another place to eat for the cat. Gotta love being able to size things up because it just makes all the difference sometimes. There we go. That's looking really nice. And then, these real big open spaces, which can be tricky. So I was kind of scheming that out, figuring out what I wanted to do, which is the hesitation there. Size that rug up. I thought it looked very deserty. I like it a lot. I think that's from the horse pack that came out. So that would make sense because they're kind of in a deserty biome themselves. Now this is ultimately gone, this back part, because I had to get the stairs in there, and that's where I put them. So a lot of this has changed in the actual upload, which, these guys, these are all up on my gallery, which is the Ashleyness with one S, not two. Which that was a struggle. That's a whole story for itself. But we're coming in at the end of this video now. So we're getting pretty close. So I love this little egg idea for this room because it's the kitchen. This room is going to be kind of like the musical room, art center area. And I was building this for me, right? Not really for anybody else. So I wasn't really concerned with like, oh, I wonder if they have these packs or these downloads, which, I don't tend to use a lot of CC. I think I used maybe one in this whole build, which was like a painting ultimately. But yeah, but like I do try to make it where it's like you possibly could have this if you wanted it. So this is my little living room. I realized I didn't really have one, and so it's like, oh, she should have one. A little seating area here that we're doing, still with those light themes. Try to keep the light colors throughout. And then she's been collecting things, and she's going to be creating jewelry, so I really wanted her to have a display case. Not a fan of how massive it is, but like it, you know, it works. Love this rug. Love being able to connect it like that. Didn't want the backside showing. So now we're working on the basement. And honestly, I kind of forgot about her need to have a bedroom, believe it or not, because I was so busy doing all the other stuff upstairs. I was like, oh, right, she has nowhere to sleep. And so I was like, oh, I guess she's going to sleep in the basement, which is kind of a neat idea when you think about it, because one, she does have the natural light coming in from the pool, and two, there is quite a bit of privacy, and three, she honestly would be cooler in the basement typically. You know, there's that painting I was talking about. But yeah, it's typically cooler in the basement, especially when that's underground, because it's, you know, sheltered from the heat. And it just, you know, makes kind of sense that she maybe has a bedroom in the basement. But this is where I was kind of talking, because you can see, like, there's not really a lot of privacy in the basement for, like, different bedrooms or beds. So, like, while there is enough space, we could partition it up to make it more bedrooms down here if we wanted to. And like the activity rooms upstairs can easily become bedrooms themselves. We just would take them out. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of the life of this home. I want it to be able to have a family. I want her to have a family. But family is just not her goal right now. Her goal is to get her skills up, get some money. And yes, I know she has a bajillion monies right now, but that's going to go away. That was just strictly for building purposes. So here we're just decking it out. And I was like, oh, I was trying to give her something physical down here. I didn't really care for most of it, and I ended up with the treadmill over in the corner. Let's see, we're just chugging along, and I kind of wanted to do like an arch, like between the two areas, but I decided against it. Because I could have put on build mode, or, you know, move objects on, and I could have like sized it down and done a lot of work with it if I wanted to, but I decided against it. And I decided I didn't like that in the corner. Anyway, we are at the tail end now. We're going to zoom out and I'm going to show you the house as is. Here it is. And we're going to do just a little spin. It's a little shaky because it's, you know, hard to spin and pan and stuff. But I really, really like how this turned out. And I hope you guys like it too. You can kind of see the bedroom down there in the bottom. This was really inspiring for me. I hope to be building more similar builds, and I hope to see you guys in the next one, and I hope you guys continue to watch my videos, and I hope for comments and subscriptions and, you know, ideas, and I really do love hearing from you guys. Anyways, I hope you have a beautiful day, night, whatever time it is for you. Bye!